an interchangeable ear wire, and the nice thing about it is the beads can come off.
Wow!
And you can put different ones on according to your mood.
Oh,
so
how great is that?
You can have a variety of different beads and one pair of earrings.
Got it.
So
great for travel. You can just take one set of ear wires and then a bunch of the bead dangles.
Exactly. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this in two sizes. This size right here, which we made using our spiral maker, and this size right here, which we made using the pattern on the Cyclops. Now, our Centaur, excuse me, our WigJig Centaur. Now, as you can see, we've used a lot of pegs around in a circle. We could make it smaller by moving the rows of pegs in. We can use a different size peg than our spiral maker to make these in a variety of different sizes. But the bottom line is you know, we can make this ear wire in a variety of shapes and sizes. I sort of like the size of the ones made on the spiral maker here.
Is that what this one is, the one in the gold fill?
This was made in the spiral maker.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll make that one first, and that uses 3 3/4 inches of 20 gauge wire, and you want to use soft wire.
And that's gold filled, what you're using.
This is gold filled, and again, it's very important that it be soft wire, because if it's half hard wire,
it won't bend.
It won't
curve properly.
Right. So I'm just going to, I have a single peg on there, I have my spiral maker, and I'm going to wrap this wire. I made a loop in the end of the wire, just a regular P-loop, and it's not even a full P-loop. It doesn't matter that it's not closed. I'm going to wrap it exactly halfway around the circle, and then I'm going to take it off, and I've got my round shape here. And so now I'm going to use my chain nose pliers here, and I'm going to grip it right at the top of the bend, like that. And I'm going to bend it up 90 degrees. I'm going to bend it over 90 degrees. Right. And then I'm going to bend it down 90 degrees. And at this point, you can see that not all my bends are perfect right angles, so I need to go back and do a little adjustment so that I get better right angle bends. And let's see, I like that.
Looks good to me.
Yeah, that looks like it'll do. So at this point here, the first thing we want to do is we're going to cut off the end loop. I call that a sacrificial loop. We don't need it in the earring, and so now it looks like that. Now this is the point in time where we need to hammer this we want to hammer this with a nylon hammer. Okay, we're back, and we've hammered this, and sometimes when you hammer, it'll change the shape a little bit, so you can always try putting it back on and just using your fingers to pinch it round just to adjust the shape a little bit. But we've got the basic shape set. Now what we want to do is, I like to measure with the ruler down about 1/2 inch for this one. So 1/2 inch from the end, and I measured, and I want to make a 90-degree bend right there. And now I'm going to make a loop, just a regular eye loop right here. And I'm going to adjust that loop very slightly so that it's a little more centered than it was. It looks pretty centered. And so now I'm going to cut the excess wire here with my flush cutter. And I need to close that loop with my chain nose pliers. And now I need to bend this. I'm gripping it with my round nose my step jaw pliers right in the middle, and now I'm going to bend that end up and back.
Well, how easy is that?
And just do a little hand finishing to get that loop centered right there. But that's my interchangeable ear wire. Now the final step in any ear wire is to use the cupper tool to round the end.
And you're just rotating it back and forth.
Exactly. And I'm not going to do it the 20 seconds or so that would be required in order to complete that ear wire. But we're going to show you now a little bit larger one using the pegs and the jig, and both techniques will work. And you can see using the pegs and the jig, I'm just bending it around in the semicircle exactly the same way and taking it off the jig. And from this point, all the steps are identical. I start right here by bending it up 90 degrees, like that. And I'm going to continue around to make the bend at the top and then finish by making the loop. None of those steps change, so we won't bother going through them again.
But to compare them, oops, I can't get it. But that's a bigger loop.
This particular pattern is a 1 inch, and this is, I think, a 7/8 inch.
Oh, okay.
So you can see that we can make them any size that we have a super peg, and we can make them in a large variety of sizes using the Centaur or Cyclops jig that has the round pattern. Our Centaur has the round and the square, and so either with super pegs or with pegs on a round jig, you can make this interchangeable ear wire. And again, the beauty is that your beads can change as your mood changes.
Super. Looks great there. I'm going to definitely be wearing those.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.